Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do Pilates for runners. So this would be a good workout pre or post running. I just came back from a run, so this actually happens to be perfect for me. So I can strengthen some of the muscles that I use when I'm running, especially those glutes, those quads, that core, and those ankles, of course. Like any other Pilates exercise though, if you're a runner, Pilates in general is very helpful for you because it really helps you prevent injury as well. So I highly recommend that you try doing Pilates in general. And if you're not a runner, this is still good. It's still gonna help with your posture and just in general, you're strengthening those muscles that helps you just walk and go about your daily life. So you don't need any equipment, it's just you and preferably a mat. And we are going to get started. And also, if anyone didn't notice, I just got a new camera and a little new mic, so I'm gonna try just teaching while I do the movement, which honestly comes a little bit more natural than doing a voiceover on top. So let me know in the comments if you prefer this or doing a voiceover. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe if you are interested in more Pilates content and more lifestyle videos as well. Thanks, guys. And now let's get started. I'll be kneeling here so you can see me. Wrap your hands around your rib cage, and we're going to do some just quick breathing to get your breath work in check. Inhale, really just expand that rib cage left to right. And then exhale, draw the rib cage back in, narrowing that waistline. Just a few more. Inhale, sending the air to all four directions, the back, the side, the front of your ribs. And then exhale. Few more. Two. Last one. For the next few breaths, can you, instead of sending the air towards more of your front of your ribs, you're only going to send to the back and the side of your ribs. Inhale. It's a subtle difference here, but the key here is that you're not just opening those ribs out wide every time you're breathing in. It's you're going to your Pilates breath, which is that posterior lateral breath. So that when you are running even, you're not just keeping those ribs open and keeping the core loose, you're keeping that tight as you're still running. Two more. Last one. Really great. So you're going to maintain that breathing through the entire time. You're going to stand back up. Again, you're not going to see me for a real quick. From here, let's squat. Squeeze those glutes as you come back up. Squat. And come back up. So you're just warming up those glutes. So keep that weight really heavy on your heels every time you squat back. Keeping those knees over those ankles. Can you make sure that those knees are over those heels as well, so you're not knocking in towards each other or away? Can you breathe as you go for this? Exhale, inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Honestly, whatever breath pattern you do, I do not care. It really just depends on what comes naturally to you. But just remember to breathe. Every time you stand up, can you really squeeze those glutes as well? So you're warming up the back chain of your body here. Every time you squat, can you lift those abs up away from your thighs so that's just not falling over? We're just here for 3. And 2. Last one, let's hold that squat. Keeping those knees over your heels. From here, can you lift your right heel up, lower, left heel up, and lower. Right and left. So you're warming up those ankles here. You should start feeling it in your calves a little bit as well. So just a little bit of ankle mobility. Still keeping those heels heavy. So as your glute is starting to work a little bit more, you should start to feel a little bit of a quad burn here as well. Keep those abs lifted. Every time you lift one heel up and lowering, can you make sure those hips aren't wavering side to side? Keep the back of the neck long, so you're not just giving the wrinkles into your back of your neck, keeping that chin tucked here. We're just here for 2 more rounds. Last one. All right, make sure you're even. And from here, of course, you're gonna lift both heels up, lower, both heels up, and lower. Whew. Starting to feel my quads here. And you really lift those heels that really challenge, ooh, your ankle strength. Especially as you're spending a little bit more time indoors these days. You're not really walking as much, which means your ankles might be a little bit weaker than usual. This is a really great time to challenge it. We're just here for 4 and 3. You're gonna keep those heels lifted. And 2. Last one, heels lifted, hold. Can you pulse back and pulse back? So deepen that squat. Keeping those heels lifted, keeping those knees over those heels. We're just here for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Those heels might start to waver. And 2. Last one, keep those heels lifted, bring your hands down to the floor, walk it out, you are in a plank. Can you hold that plank? Whew. Heels are still lifted, can you squeeze those glutes? And bring those abs up and in towards your sternum so it's not falling down towards the floor. Your back of your neck is still long, you're pushing your hands in towards that floor so you're not dumping in towards your shoulders here. So that is your plank. From here, we're gonna go into some shoulder taps. So right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right. Just a few more. Keeping those hips really steady. After 4 counts, you're gonna bring your hands back in, heels down, come back up, squat back, crawl back into the plank. Shoulder taps, 2 on each side, and crawl back. Whew. We're gonna keep continuing to do this at your own pace, building up the heat in your body, and making sure, your hips are super stable. I like to even imagine sometimes there's like a yoga block in the back of my sternum, and I do not want to drop it. Keep breathing, guys, like I am. Just 2 more here. Last one. And bring it back down. Whew. All right, going to a cat-cow, guys. So arch your back, look up, and exhale. Round your spine as you look down. So just mobilizing your spine here. You can even go into big hip circles if that feels good. Going the other end. All right, so hopefully we're a little bit warm. We are going to lie down on your back, which is that supine pose. Whew. So you're flat on the back, your hips are down, and then your legs are bent naturally here as well. So we're gonna focus on a little bit more hip stability. So from here, let's bring your right leg up and then left leg up. Let's zip those 2 legs together. So you're in a tabletop here. You're in a nice neutral, so your lower back is slightly lifted off, just a little size of a blueberry that can fit in. That's your neutral spine. And from here, we're gonna go into some pelvic tilt. So you're gonna tuck that pelvis, flatten that spine down towards the floor. You're gonna feel your tailbone lift up, that's a tuck. Bring the tailbone back down as you feel the little lift back up. Exhale, tuck, Inhale, bring it back down. So really tiny movements here. We're warming up this lower back and those lower abs here. And then you're really warming up that pelvic hinge so that your body knows where neutral is. So just helping you with that body awareness a little bit more. We're just here for 3. And 2. Last one. Keep that in tabletop, neutral spine once again. That left leg stays still. The right leg opens out a few inches and draw it back in. Only the right leg out and draw it back in. Right leg out and draw it back in. So it might seem a really simple movement right now, but we're making sure that the left hip is not lifting up and rotating with you every time that right leg opens out. Helping with that hip stability. Your core is also slightly working here as well as you draw the knee back in. We're just here for 2. Last one. Draw it back in. That right leg stays still. Left leg out. And bring it back in. Left leg out. And bring it back in. Really great. So this time the right hips needs to feel really heavy. So it does not lift up with you as you open the left leg out. Just here for 3 more. Last one. Bring it back in. Give your knees in for a little squeeze. Really great, guys. Let's go into a quick stretch just in case your hip flexors are a little bit working it. So you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in. You should even feel the left quad slightly stretch out. And if you want, you can even draw little circles with that right knee. Drawing little knee circles. Really good to just loosen up that hip flexor. Should feel like a nice little massage. Especially if you've been sitting for a long time, this should feel really good. And you should do a little bit more often, obviously. Going the other way. Keeping that right knee over that right hip. Let's go into a supine twist as well. So right knee goes up and over. You might have to shift your hips towards the right a little bit. Keeping your right shoulder really down, looking towards your right hand. You can cross your right leg up and over into a nice supine twist. Breathing in towards your right back of your ribs here. One more breath. Bring it back in. Let's go to the other side. Extend that right leg out. Left leg squeezes in towards your chest. Use your arms to really pull it in. Right leg is just released. Dangle it out a little bit. Shake it out if you need to. And let's just draw little circles with that left leg again. Pulling that knee, that thigh bone into that socket. So you want a little bit of pressure there. Little bit of feedback as you massage that left thigh bone into the hip socket. Let's go the other way. Loosening up those joints. And then when that knee is over that hip once again, let's cross that left knee up and over. Shift your hips towards the left if you need to. Keeping that left shoulder down, look towards your left shoulder. Cross that left knee up and over towards the right. Let's stay here for 3 more big breaths. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. And bring it back in. Center your hips once again. Whew, that should feel like a little nice release. Now let's go back to abs. So this time that left leg is grounded. Right leg is up towards the ceiling. So keeping that left hip really grounded, you're just gonna open up that right hip leg out and in. Right leg out and in. So really similar to what we did with that tabletop legs, where you just did that single leg abduction, which is basically separating your legs out. You're doing it with the straight leg, which is a little bit more challenging since there's a little bit more lever weight, I don't know how to pronounce that, when your legs are outstretched. If this is too much for your quads, if your quads are a little bit tight, you can have a slight bend in your knee like I do. We're just here for last one. Keeping that left hip really heavy, guys, just like we practiced. This time extend it out, abduct it out, draw it down towards the floor, lift it up, out towards the right, circle, and up. So, a leg circle. You should feel that those hips are super heavy here. I like to even have my left hand on my left hip again, and my right hand on my right hip to make sure that hip is super heavy. So that focus, visualize that the thigh bone is the only one moving here, not the hip. So you're focusing on hip differentiation here, which Pilates really focuses on, so that the thigh bone within the hip socket is the only one moving. Last one. And of course, let's reverse the circle down towards the floor, up, and draw it back in. Whew, that feels even more challenging, doesn't it? Lifting it up, using those abs to bring it up. Yeah. Whew. Keep breathing here, guys, to help you with this movement. We're just here for 3. If you do feel like your left hip keeps lifting up, just limit your range of motion of how big that circle is, of course. Last one. Bring it back in. Let's reverse. Right leg is grounded down. Left leg up towards the ceiling. From here, let's abduct out and in. You can point your leg or you can flex it, whatever works for you guys. But then can you keep the right heel really grounded on towards the floor so it does not lift up with you. Right hip is super heavy every time you abduct the left leg out and in. 2 more. You should naturally feel the core tighten up every time you send that left leg out. Last one, abduct, circle it down, up towards the ceiling, abduct, circle it down, up towards the ceiling. Naturally pointing those toes helps you really extend the leg out. 3 more. 2 more. If you do feel a little hip clicking sensation, I'm starting to feel a little bit, my left hip is a little tight, limit your range of motion. Let's reverse. Lowering down, abducting out, use your abs to pull it back in. Three more. 2 more. Last one. Bring it back in. Whew. Bring your knees into your chest a little bit more. Circle it around. We're going to go into a little bit more obliques this time with some nodding curls up. So ground your feet down. Your knees are over those heels. From here, hands are going to reach back in the back of your head. A little bit of the base of your head here. So then really cross those hands over so it's a bit more of like a hammock. Reach your knee, your elbows up towards the ceiling, and when you are ready, can you nod and curl up? And draw it back down. Nod and curl up. And draw it back down. So when you nod and curl up, can you make sure that your lower back is still in neutral, so it's not tucked in? If you do feel a little bit of a lower back tension every time you do, just limit your nod and curl. I know a lot of people say if you feel lower back tension, tuck your pelvis, but you also do want to strengthen it, you know? So eventually you can go your nod and curls up with the neutral spine. Every time you nod and curl, can you make sure the shoulder blades are up and off the floor I know this is definitely what I struggle with. And every time you curl up, look into your abs and make sure it's not pouching up towards the ceiling. You're really drawing it in, up and in towards the sternum. I think that's why sometimes I really like to work out this in a sports bra and leggings, because I can see my abs. And I can really see when it's pouching up and when I've lost control, you know? We're just here for last one. Can you hold that, not a curl up? Hold. Right leg up to tabletop. You're going to rotate that left shoulder up and over towards the right and bring it back down. Rotate it out and bring it back down. Keeping that left hip really heavy, just like we practiced. That left shoulder blade comes up and over towards the right hip to really deepen that twist. If you want to advance, you can always bring both legs up to tabletop as well. Or you can extend that left leg out long if you want even to level up even more. If this is too much for you and you feel your hips are wobbling, just land that left leg back down. It's totally fine, guys. We're still targeting the same muscle. We're just here for 3. You're going to hold in 2. Last one, hold, hold, hold. You can stay here, or if you want to advance, keep that leg extended. You're going to lift it up and lower, lift it up and lower. This is just optional, guys. You can just hold here if you want. We're just here for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Hold that left leg extended. If you do have it there, let's pulse up and let's pulse up. We're just here for 8, 7, 6, pulsing up that upper body off. We're just here for 4, 3, 2, and last one, bring it back down. Whew. Shake it off. And let's go to the other side. Keeping that right leg, right heel grounded, left leg is up the tabletop. You're going to rotate up and over towards the left and bring it back here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me even though my voice is projecting the other way. So this time again, keeping that right hip really heavy so it's not lifting up and off every time you rotate your right shoulder off. We're just here for 4. If you did the advancements on the other side, go for it. So whether it's both legs and tabletop or extending the right leg out long every time you rotate, your choice. We're just here for 3. We're going to hold it out in 2. The last one, hold it out. If you have your right leg extended, hold. You're going to lower it down and lift it up. Lower it down and lift it up. Breathe it in. So exhale, you lower the right leg down. Inhale, draw it back in. We're just here for 3. And we're just pulsing it after that. In 2. Last one. And hold it down. You're going to pulse up and pulse up. We're just here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Whew, shake it out. We just have one more ab series here left, guys. So again, focusing on that hip differentiation. So you're bringing both legs up to tabletop and then put it up towards the ceiling. Again, the knee could be slightly bent if your quads are tight like me. And always tight. And from here, hold on to the back of your thighs. You're going to curl up. Abs are sucked in. And from here, if you want, you can tuck that pelvis. And then you're going to hold on to your right leg. Lower that left leg. Pulse. And switch. And switch. And switch. So this is called double leg extension. And it usually goes with the Pilates breath. So exhale twice. And twice. And twice. Keeping those 2 shoulder blades off the floor. We're just here for 6. And 5. Building a little bit more heat. And 3. And 2. Last one. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze it in. Draw little knee circles with both legs. And then go the other way. All right, so hopefully your core is all super warm. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. And then you are going to keep your feet on the floor. So this is your last exercise on your back here. So we want to really focus on your glutes, right? Because that's definitely where the biggest muscle on your body is, and definitely what's propelling you forward when you're running. So keep those heels, hips at distance apart, knees over those heels. Have your hands by your side. If you want to open up your shoulders a little bit, you can have your palms facing up. And from here, nice and a nice little neutral spine already, yeah? From here, let's tuck that pelvis just like we practiced. And you're going to lift those hips up one vertebrae at a time. Let's hold here at that bridge. Those knees are over those heels once again. Knees aren't locking in towards each other or out. They're over those heels. So they're hips a distance apart. You can even draw those heels in a little bit if you want. Squeeze those glutes as you lift and shine those hips out long. I don't want to see any creases in front of your pants here. Again, bring those abs in, because this is also an ab exercise naturally, as you gotta stabilize those hips. And this is your bridge. From here, make sure that you're not really lifting up from those upper spine. From your cervical spine, you really want to keep the back of those ribs still pretty grounded. So it's less like a yoga bridge, more of a Pilates bridge. And from here, let's roll yourself down. One vertebrae at a time. Massaging that spine, go back into the neutral. Tuck that pelvis, roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. Squeeze those glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck that sternum, roll yourself down. One vertebrae at a time. Going slow and steady is definitely challenging your control here. So you're not just like collapsing down towards your spine, you know? Breath here is always important to really adjust with that timing. And just reminding you to just slow it down a little bit. Awesome. Now that your spine should get a little bit more massaged, let's hold up that bridge. From here, you are going to lift your right heel up, lower, left heel up, lower. So this should feel pretty familiar since we just started the class with this as well with that squat series. So again, every time you lift that heel up, your hips are not teetering and tottering. They're still staying pretty stable. I like to even have my hands on my hips here to make sure those hips are super still. We're just here for 3 and 2. Last one. Make sure you are even. Both heels up, lower, both heels up, lower. So if you're pretty confident with your hip stability, you can either have your arms lifted up a few inches up toward the floor or toward the ceiling. So you're relying less on your triceps here and more on the back of your legs. So we're just here for 4. You're going to hold those heels up in 3 and 2. Hold it up, hold, pulse your hips up and up. Heels are lifted, you're just here for 10 and 9. Squeeze those glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those heels down, roll yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time. Shake it off. And from here, we're going to go back into one more variation. Lift up, keeping that left hip really and that left heel grounded. Lift up the right leg up to tabletop, lower down, left leg up to tabletop, and lower down. So you're in a single leg tabletop, so more into like a marching sensation. Again, I like to have my left hand, my hands on my hips, making sure my hips aren't going crazy. You should start to feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings, of course. Flexing your foot every time you come into a single leg tabletop. We're just here for 2 more on each side. One more. This time, keep your right leg up to tabletop, hold, extend it up towards the ceiling, draw it down, open it up, and up. So again, leg circles here. This should feel really familiar. Your left glute should be on fire. Again, try to avoid any rocking. We're just here for 2. Last one. And of course, reverse. Circle it out, down, up, out, down, up. 2 more. The last one. Lower down. Right leg is grounded. Keep your hips lifted. Left leg up to tabletop, up toward the ceiling. Down, out, up, down, out, up. I think my order of directions is the same, right to left. But regardless, you know what to do. It's basically 5 reps, one direction. And then 5 reps, let's reverse the other direction. Keeping those hips really still. You should really feel those obliques work here. 2 more. The last one. Lower that heel down. Turn those hips up one last time before you lower yourself down one for the breath. Okay, my camera cut me off. Okay, so you are done after all that glute and that ab work. We want to extend our thoracic spine a little bit, especially since we are, a lot of times when we're running, we're like a little bit crunched up. So let's lie on your belly. We are going to lie on your belly. So this is prone in Pilates terms. So you're going to extend those legs out long, a few inches wider if you want, especially if your lower back is a little sensitive. And from here, you are going to lie down. Your palms are going to be facing down, cross, and then the back of your hand is actually going to be a pillow for your forehead. So lie down. You're going to tuck that pelvis down this time so that you feel that pubic bone going down towards the floor, lengthening that lower back. So you're not really overly arching and giving yourself a booty here. That's like, pretend that you're really tightening your booty to like clench it down. So this way it's going to help lengthen out that lower back and again, help with any lower back pain that you might feel. And from here, bring your face down. We're going to go to some thoracic extension, really small. Bring your abs up and in. Bring your abs up and in so that your belly button is lifted off from the floor. So imagine there's an ice cube under that belly button. And from here, you're going to lift up and lower. Lift up, inhale. And lower. Just a few more here. I don't care how high you go. I care about how long your spine is maintained. Hopefully you can still hear me, even though I'm talking to the floor at this point. We're just for 2 more. Last one, can you hold? Extend your arms out and squeeze those shoulder blades in. Extend your arms out, squeeze it in. So you are in a Superman here. And every time you squeeze it in, you're really squeezing those rhomboids in, which is between your shoulder blades. Opening up neck chest. And really strengthening the back muscles of your body. We're just here for 2. Last one. And bring it back in. Whew. Let's go into just, go back into that lift. And we're going to do a little bit of thoracic rotation here. So again, hips are staying super still. Pubic bone down, lift up. Rotate out towards the left. Bring it back in. So look towards the left and bring it back in. Range of motion is going to be super tiny here, guys. We're just here for 4 more. And 3. 2. Last one. Lower down. Shake it off. Let's go to the right side. So lift it up. Rotate out towards the right. Bring it in. Hips are still stable and super heavy towards the floor. We're just here for 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. And bring it back down. My extension is not that great of a range of motion. As you can see, it's especially because you're in quarantine, so not doing as much extension work these days, yeah? Let's just finish off with a nice swan. So from here, you're gonna lift your arms up. You're gonna lift your shoulders up and up, lift your abs up. You can even start to crawl your hands up 1 inch at a time. You don't want to punch your lower back here, so don't go crazy on that range of motion. Keep lifting your abs up and in, keep digging that pubic bone down. You can even extend those legs out, away from you. Feel that thighs even slightly lift up. That's how much that's how strong your legs are. Keep lifting those abs up. Really sink your shoulder blades up and down. So it's not up towards your ears here. Shine your shoulder up and up. And let's just breathe here. Just 3 big breaths in now. And exhale. Keep lifting those abs up and up. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Bring it back down. Ooh, this should feel nice. Knock your knees back, left and right. So we're just gonna finish with one more exercise, guys, to focus on your glutes. If you wanna go into a quick child pose here, go for it here as well, just like I am. So we are going to stand up. Again, hopefully I'm not too cut off from the screen here. Here, look, you're gonna be in the back of your mat here. Let's extend that left leg forward, so step forward. So left knee is over that left heel, right leg is extended. You want to lunge here. Have your hands by your hips to make sure that you are really driving the right hip forward, left hip back so that your hips are square. And from here, you're going to press into your left heel, come up, and then lower down. Come up, and lower down into that lunge. So we're just in a standing lunge here, guys, nothing crazy. But for this first variation, since it's so simple, guys, focus on your form. So every time you lunge, balance. Every time you lunge, make sure that that knee, left knee is only over that left ankle, so it's not going towards those toes. That way you're focusing more on that left glute and not that left quad. And every time you lunge, can you make sure that you're still leaning forward to maintain that diagonal from the top of your crown towards your right heel. So you're still really long on your spine. And of course, make sure that your hips are square during this entire time. So it's constantly keep pressing the left hip back, right hip forward here. Your hands can do whatever feels most natural for you. I like to have my hands on my hips to just keep a check on them. But you can either have your hands up towards your ears or bring it in every time you come up and in. Really depends. I'm gonna have my hands up on my hips. We're just here for 4. And 3. Again, weight is on your left heel, so you can even wiggle those left toes if you want. Last 2. Last 1. Can you hold that lunge? Have your hands by your hips here. From here, you're going to rotate up and over towards the left and in. So hips are super stable. And you're just going to rotate that thoracic spine up and over towards the left. And then keep lifting those abs up so it's not touching the thighs. We're just here for 5. And 4. 3. 2. Last 1. Look towards the center. Hold. From here, can you lift your hips, your chest up, and hinge at your hips as you lower it down. Chest up and back to the diagonal. You should feel that left glute fire up every time you lean forward as you put a little bit more weight. We're just here for 4. And 3. This is last of your hard work, guys. Last 2. Last 1. Hold that hinge forward. Hold. Left heel up and lower. Left heel up and lower. This is your last variation, guys. Woo! Your quads will start to shake every time you lift your left heel up. You're just here for 6 more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring it back up. Shake that left glute up. Shake it up. Woo! Let's go to the other side immediately. You're gonna stretch after this, guys, I promise. So from here, step out right leg forward, left leg is down. Right knee is right over that right heel. And lean forward so you're in a diagonal. From here, you're gonna step up, extend the right leg out, and then bend towards your right knee to go into a lunge. Same exercise, different side. So, can you focus on your form here once again to start off that exercise strong, guys? I know we're tired. I mean, I am. So from here, make sure that right knee is over that right heel. You're still a diagonal from the crown of your head towards your left heel. And that your right hip is pushed back, left hip is forward, so your hip is square. Again, I like to have my hands by my hips here to make sure my hips aren't going anywhere. But if you want to do those operations that you did on the other side, go for it. We're just here for 5 more. Putting all your weight on towards that right heel. And 3. Keep breathing. And 2. Last one, hold. You're gonna have your hands by your sternum. You're gonna rotate out towards the right and center. Rotate towards the right and center. Hips are stable. We're just here for 5 and 4. Keep that left leg super straight, guys, extended. And 2. Last one. Come back to center, have hands here by your hips. You're gonna lift your chest up, hinging at your hips, going back into diagonal. Come back up, and diagonal. So every time you lower down, you should feel that creases of your pants in front of your pants just really create that big crease. That's how you're making sure that you're hinging at your hips here. We're just here for 4. You're almost done with this. You guys know that. Last 3. And 2. Last one, hold. That lean forward. Right heel up, lower. This is your last variation, last exercise overall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more. 2, 1, and bring it back down. Whew. I know I said it was last exercise, guys, but we gotta finish with a plank. I know I lied. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Go back into a plank. This is your final here, guys. So once you're in a plank, keep those hands lifted. You are going to send those hips up and over those heels into a pike and bring it back up. And bring it back up. So it might feel like a downward dog, but your heels are lifted here. And you're using your abs here to draw the hips up. So plank to pike movements here. Keeping those heels lifted. We're just here for 3. And we're just gonna finish off with just 20 seconds of mountain climbers. Just to really mimic your running, yeah? Last chance to really bring that heart rate up before we go into that stretch. Let's go into a plank. Hold, right knee in, lower, left knee in, lower. Right, left. Keep breathing. Go at the pace that you are most comfortable with. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Just 10 more seconds. Keep bringing those abs in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Child's pose. Keep those knees out into hip mat width distance. And just fold in. Those arms are straight. Lengthening out the back of your spine. You may even rock left and right with your hips. If you guys notice, I feel like the way I teach, it starts to get a little bit, I I guess not as articulate. I hope it's not that big of a difference from beginning to end as I start to die over my own program. And I start to think to myself, like, why the hell did I program this? But hope you guys are getting as good as a workout as I am. And bring it back up. That's the one benefit. Let's go into each lunge. So right leg forward, left knee still grounded. And then let's lean in towards your right foot. So you can really feel that left hip open up, that left hip flexor. You can even have your hands on towards your knees. Really open that out. So that's like the one benefit of teaching and then putting a voiceover on top with instructions, because I'm not out of breath. But I do feel more natural of teaching while I'm actually doing the movement, because I can feel like I can offer more cues for alignment than when I'm just doing a voiceover, because I'm actually doing it at the time. From here, set your hips back. Extend that right leg out. Even point your toes up towards your nose so you can really feel that right hamstrings. And then just bend, tuck your chin in and bend yourself down. So I put this new mic on the camera, so hopefully you can really hear me clearly. That was the only reason that I got this new mic as like camera. Let's switch your legs, making sure that left knee is over that left heel. The right knee is behind you, grounded on towards the floor. Have your hands on top of your left knee. Feel that right quad and that hip flexor really stretch out. If at any point of this time of this eve's lunge that knee starts to bother you, we can even double up and fold that mat, or put it on top of some of a towel or any padding, and that should help as well. One more breath. And then sit back down, hips behind by your hip, heels. Extend that left leg out long. The toes are towards your nose. Tuck your chin in. Getting towards that left hamstring. So, if you already did a run before this, good job. You're done with your workout. And you're really all released and strengthened and all that good stuff. But, if you are going to go on a run now, hopefully you have even a better run than what we usually do, especially since you prep your body and really focus on warming up the muscles, the core muscle groups that you'll be using when you're running. So good luck to you. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Go work.